Okay, welcome back to the West Brom View. We're here with Dan and Aaron to review the Sunderland game and look ahead to the game this weekend against Stoke City. How are you both? All right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. Let's talk about Sunderland then. Um, I mean, difficult one. How did you see that? How did you see it going? I was quite unimpressed with West Brom, if I'm honest, as a neutral. Dan, how did you see it?
I think it was just a bad day at the office, to be honest. I think, and as well, like, the Leicester games really took the wind out of our sails, and the confidence has slightly dropped. So it really wasn't a good day at all. We just didn't look up for it from the start.
What would you put that down to then? Because you've had some stunning results. You're the only team to put any glove on Ipswich, in the last couple of months, and then you travel to Sunderland and put in such an inept performance. Is it injuries or is it tiredness? What do you think put it down to, Aaron? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. Like we just played.
So I'm inclined to agree. Welcome.
Okay, go on. I said Aaron, Dan started talking. My fault. Sorry. We'll call that again. What do you put that down to then, Dan? Was it tiredness or is it injuries or a bit of both?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I mean, like, we plagued with injuries at the minute, and as soon as like players start coming back, other players start getting injured, and it's like we can't win at the minute with this. And I think it was down to tiredness as well. I think we put everything into like the Ipswich game and the Leicester game, and it's just took its toll at the minute. And again, look, yeah, just took the wind out of our sails. The Leicester game did, and then I think it did show against Sunderland.
Okay. Aaron, can I talk to you about the referee's performance and some of the key decisions that went against you? What was your view on some of the cards given or not given in that game?
I mean, you could probably say it could have been better for both teams in essence, really, because there were a few challenges from both teams where it could have been red cards. I mean, the one more for us particularly was that obviously that Ballard challenge on Maja, or may I say his name. But from watching replays, it's a off both feet off the floor. It's a challenge. So you can't really see how that's not a red card. It's despicable, really. It just shows the officiating standard in this league, and it shows that it's not going to improve if things like that aren't going to be penalised.
Yeah, and it's just opened just a little bit of a gap, hasn't it, between fourth and fifth as well. I mean, you're still looking good in those playoff positions, but what did you make of the manager's comments afterwards? He clearly wasn't happy.
No, I mean, you can tell he's not happy because obviously we didn't really get going. I'm not going to put it down to an early kickoff being the excuse, but at the end of the day, it's one of those games where it's always going to be tricky, but you've got to turn up in those circumstances where everything's sort of against you in terms of having to travel up so early, even into the night before. And it wasn't really a good game to watch for both teams, really, in my opinion. It was one of those games where you've got to really put yourself about, and I don't think we really did that too much. And we sort of let the game pass us by, and we were second best all over the pitch, and we really didn't put up a fight at all.
Okay. Dan, how much did you miss Phillips and Jed?
Yeah, they're like catalysts towards our attacking, like with their pace down the wings. But then Sarmiento's come in and filled in for Phillips, and he's been phenomenal. It's just so excited to see him on a ball. But then again, like Jed Wallace, like the captain of the club, he's definitely going to be a big miss.
Yeah. What about Stoke then this weekend? I'm guessing you wouldn't have wanted them to set the managers before they came to the Hawthorns. How do you see this game going, Aaron?
I mean, I just said you would have hoped they would have waited at least one more week for us to play them first. But I mean, we seem to have a decent record when it comes to playing Stoke at the Hawthorns. So you'd like to think that would continue. I mean, they aren't in the greatest bit of form. I mean, they obviously lost the bottom side Wednesday at home in the previous game. So you'd think it on paper you'd think it'd be an easy win, but they've just sat the manager. They might have a bit of a burst of life into them, so you can't really enter the score. But I'm hoping for a good performance at least. I mean, we haven't picked up any points in the last two games, so you'd like to see at least a good performance, if not anything. Hopefully, obviously, a win would be brilliant against Stoke because I'm not really a fan of Stoke as it goes.
Dan, Stoke are your classic bogey side, aren't they? They seem to always get the win over you. What are your thoughts about this game?
Yeah, that they are a massive bogey team for us, but in recent seasons, it's been the other way around. But then I'm just, I hate that song, Delilah. I mean, there's only one brilliant lyric in it, but the rest of it is, just shut up. But yeah, and they've got that other song, and we always beat West Brom. Hopefully, we can change that this season.
All right, let's bring in our Stoke fan and let's get some predictions. Good evening, Liam. They don't like your songs.
Well, I don't like the team, so
everyone hates Stoke at the moment. All right,
yeah.
Liam, happy memories of going to the Hawthorns?
In the past, yeah, no, not so much recently, but like they say, the song stuck for a good while. We always beat West Brom, mainly, especially during when we were both in the Premier League. We seem always have the number, but I think the roles are reversing a little bit.
All right, let's get some predictions then. Let's go for it. Dan, you go first. West Brom against Stoke.
Now, I've been confident the past couple of weeks, but the pessimistic side of me is coming back out again, and I can see Stoke doing us over 2-0.
Okay, Aaron.
I mean, as I said, I'd like to see a good performance for anything, but I think Stoke are in too much of a bit of a downward spiral at the moment to pick up any sort of form. And I mean, we haven't played great in the last 2 games, but I think it'd be a game where the fans will really get going. It's a game you can sort of call a rivalry as such, but I think it would be a game where the players will be really up for it, and I think we'll probably do them. But I think it'd be a close game either way. Probably be a 1-0 West Brom.
Okay, thank you. And Liam?
Well, I have absolutely no idea where we'll be in a week's time. I'm just good at home, aren't they, West Brom? I'm going to go for a 2-1 loss.
All right. Enjoy the game, folks. It's West Brom against. Is it on telly, this one? Or is it?
Yeah,
it is. I thought it was. Yeah, I'll be.
Yeah, we'll be on Sunday.
Sunday, right? Enjoy it, folks. Thanks so much for coming in. We'll catch you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.